One of the biggest festivals of the entire year in Manayunk is set to start later this morning.
It's the Manayunk Arts Festival. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Ross DiMattei is live there with their preview. Ross, good morning.
Good morning, guys. We're just a few hours away now, 2 hours to be specific, until the start of Manayunk Arts Festival. And I've been doing my laps. I've been checking in with a lot of the artists that are currently setting up out in the streets and just had to take a breather. It's already getting hot, so you got to cool off and get some great drinks and some great food. And I'm hanging out with some of the guys who are going to be supplying these great drinks and great food. We got Joe Abruzzo here, Joe Jowett, as well as Paul Karsh. He's the mixologist. So we'll start with Joe to my left here. You guys are the owners of, I want to get this right, Cactus Cantina and Bayou Bar and Grill. A couple of great spots here on Main Street in Manayunk. Let's start with the cantina food over here. What do we got offered on the table today for guests?
Okay, for the Cactus today, for the Arts Festival, we're going to be serving up tacos all day, especially our chicken tacos for $3 a piece, and our classic nachos, and we're really excited about today. It's going to be great weather in a great town.
It looks really delicious. I mean, if this doesn't get your appetite going, I don't know what will. Oh, maybe the crabs over here that we have going on. Talk to me, Joe. What do we got going on this morning?
First, we have our best of Philly winning wings, and on Monday and Tuesdays, we sell these for 25 cents, but we have these every day.
Wow.
These are loaded fries. These are fried waffle fries, cheddar cheese, bacon, and sour cream, and these are the stars in the summertime. Our hard shell Chesapeake Bay crabs, we sell them every day, and on Wednesdays, they're on special with a basket of fries.
You better come hungry, is what you're telling me. You got a little demonstration on the proper way to crack a crab here? I'm trying to learn a thing or two here.
So the cracker's really for the claws.
Okay.
So the best way is to just use that, just like a nutcracker, and peel out the meat.
That's perfect.
Yep.
That was textbook right there.
There you go. You want to try?
Give me a second. We're going to eat these afterwards. I got to get to Paul over here. All right. The drinks look fantastic. You're going to be probably the most important player of the day because it's so hot out. Tell me, what do we got on tap?
Right here we have our Purple Haze. We have our Schuylkill Punch, which is named right after the little lake down here, a river right down the street here. We have our Blue Sky. These are great drinks for today when it's hot. They'll be very refreshing. It'll cool you off. And then the Cactus Cantina, we have our three most popular margaritas. We have the classic margarita, the strawberry margarita, and the mango margarita. I developed these to be perfect for a hot weather day.
Well said, Paul. The whole spread looks fantastic, guys. We can't wait to dig in, if you don't mind. I mean, it's calling my name, if you don't mind.
We're really excited about today. Manayunk is back. The weather's going to be great, and we're going to have a great time today.
It's going to be awesome. You guys are feeding the people. We appreciate what you do. The food and drinks looks incredible. All right, guys, I'm digging in. There's really no other way around it. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
You know, Ross, not to call Jan out, but when we toss to you, she goes, "Oh, he found food." Shocker.
Oh, they get nervous.
Come on, Jan. That feels personal. Like, of course, Kyle, my photographer, and I, we're going to find the food wherever it's at. I'm trying to do the people a service. It's not about us.
That is true. We do need to know where the crabs are. That's for sure.
Manayunk has a lot of great options, so you weren't going to fail on that assignment.
It's pretty easy to find some good food and drinks around here, although this is like top-notch stuff. I can't wait to dig in on these crabs.
Absolutely. All right, Ross, thank you very much.
Manayunk will be buzzing with activity for the 35th Manayunk Arts Festival.
About 300 local and national artists are taking part in this year's event. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Ross DiMattei has been eating his way through Manayunk this morning and is now live there with a preview. Ross, I'm surprised you can get through this live shot. You're still eating.
Wow. You guys are a tough crowd, let me tell you. I try to do this for the people. It's not about me, like I said before. I will say, if you can't tell by the sweat stains and my melting face, it's quite hot out already. And yeah, we got to zoom in on the sweat stains. That's very nice of you, Kyle. So we have traded in the shade of the restaurant for the shade of one of these artist tents. And let's introduce this artist and meet Todd Walk over here of Todd Walk Galleries. First of all, amazing work. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Thank you.
Describe for our audience your style, how you would describe your style. And you were just telling me about how you get some of these musical notes that are kind of underlined to the overall piece itself. Tell me how you do that.
Well, these pieces here, I put layers of ink, not paint, just ink, and I let it dry, and I'm using water spray bottles, so you can have layers and layers of it, and that's why it gets these like funny textures. At the very end, then I have screens that have graffiti or music notes or math equations or French writing, and I'll just put the screens on randomly just to get it there. And even though sometimes I'll spray it because I don't want it to be very obvious about what it is. So some are subtle, some like over there are less subtle.
Well, I love them, and you know, I was just telling you that I really enjoy how the longer you look at it, the more it kind of pops out that you didn't see the first time, which kind of keeps it fresh and interesting. So kudos to you on that.
Thank you. Yeah, when people come in and talk to me, and they just like it because the colors and everything, and then the more that I talk, they just stare and they find very unusual things. I probably have 30 or 40 different screens, and they're like, "Wait, what's that?" And then if it's sometimes, as I said, it can be French or Italian, and they're like, well, what does it mean? I'm like, I have no idea. I don't try to know what it is. It's just, you know, to me, foreign languages look good on it, and there's graffiti, and just some of them just have geometric shapes or whatever, so it's more just to get a feel of a little bit of chaos.
And you know you're getting a one-of-a-kind, a truly unique piece if you get one of yours. I'm curious, you know, you were telling me that you've been coming to Manayunk Arts Festival for decades, probably around 30 years, so you've seen it almost since its inception. How would you say it's changed or grown?
I forget if the first one was the 6th annual or something, but yeah, I have been coming here, and it's changed, but it really hasn't. I've gone to a lot of art shows that have lots of changes. Here, it's about the same distance, which is good because most shows can shrink. This one doesn't. It gets very, very crowded. It's always at the end of June. Sometimes it's hot like this. Sometimes there's storms. You get, you know, when you're an artist coming here, and all other art shows too, you have to be prepared for weather and high winds. So I've been at this show for good and bad weather, and usually it's a very good show. It gets really crowded.
We know it's really not going to affect how many people come out. They'll come rain, shine, heat, or cold. Todd, thank you so much for sharing your work with us in a couple minutes this morning.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, everyone has been so friendly here in Manayunk. That's really what has stood out to me all morning long. Over 300 artists. It runs from 11 to 7 today, 11 to 6 tomorrow. And I guess I got to make an amendment. Everyone's been friendly except for you two on the desk, who keep wanting to shame us for trying to share the tremendous food and drinks here at the festival. Shame on you guys. Back to you.
That's all Howard. Please don't include me.
Wow, wow. This is a tough crowd. Ross, first you,
How's
then
that feel,
Jan,
Howard,
and
when you get
Tammy?
thrown under the bus like that?
Everyone gets a little bit, their fair share.
Thank you, Ross.